그동안 본 적 없는 상황에 영국 현지가 극도로 흥분한 상태입니다. 손흥민 선수가 풀럼과의 경기에서 한 골 1도움을 기록하며 또 한 번 팀을 1위로 이끌었습니다. 토트넘 공식 채널에서 이 소식을 전하자 현지 팬들은 난리가 났습니다. 정말 끝내주는 마무리였다. 오늘도 캡틴이 해낼 줄 알았어. 손날도. 난 캡틴을 절대 의심한 적이 없지만 리그 최고의 윙어였던 시절의 소니가 돌아왔다. 케인이 없으면 안 된다고 생각한 게 누구지? 어쩌면 그가 일찍 떠났어야 했나봐. 케인이 없는 스퍼스 가정말 최고야. 소니는 더 발전한 게 아니라 스트라이커 자리가 원래 자리였던 거야. 환상적인 선수의 환상적인 골. 그동안 환상 속에만 존재하던 히샬리송의 어시스트도 멋졌어. 토트넘 레전드 소니. 소니가 답답하던 흐름을 깼고 환상적으로 마무리했어. 오늘 소니가 어시스트 3개는 성공할 수 있었는데 조금 아까운 기분. 오늘 다시 1위의 냄새가 난다. 이제 점점 토트넘이 1위에 익숙해지고 있어. 소니가 없었다면 이번 시즌 토트넘은 어떻게 됐을지 상상조차 안 된다. 올 시즌 토트넘은 완전히 달라졌어. 소니는 열정과 긍정적인 생각으로 다시 전성기 맡고 있어. 흥민 스퍼스. 위대한 소니. 주장이 되고 나서 오히려 더 발전하는 게 놀라워. 메디손 최고라며 기쁨을 나누고 있죠. 잉글랜드의 대표 레전드 수비수 제이미 캐러건은 우리는 프리미어리그 역사상 최고의 선수 중 한 명을 보고 있다. 정말 센세이셔널한 선수라고 극찬을 아끼지 않았습니다. 포스테코글루 감독 역시 토크스포츠와의 인터뷰에서 뛰어나다. 손인 정말 뛰어난 선수다. 더 말할 필요가 없다. 그는 매 경기 매주 보여주고 있다. 한 인간으로서 손인 믿을 수 없는 수준이다라며 놀라움을 드러냈습니다. 손흥민의 도움으로 득점에 성공한 메디슨도 BBC와의 인터뷰에서 난 이런 말을 많이 하는 편은 아닌데 손흥민은 월드클래스다라며 감탄했습니다. 실제로 손흥민이 골을 넣는 순간 풀럼 골키퍼 베른트 레노는 얼음이 되어버렸고 풀럼 관중석은 너무 놀라 정적에 빠졌습니다. 영국 방송 스카이 스포츠에서는 이번 경기를 분석하며 손흥민의 플레이에 감탄을 아끼지 않았습니다.
Tottenham transformed this season, top of the tree, 23 points from a possible 27. That's the second best total ever in their history, and that just puts into context this amazing start from Ange Postecoglou.
Yeah, and credit to obviously the manager and the staff and all the players. I think especially I think he deserves a lot of credit for the way he obviously handled the Harry Kane situation in the summer. That's never going to be easy. Someone that you probably can't replace, and to sort of like stay that calm and believe in what you have and how you can improve this team. It's just been amazing. We keep saying the way Tottenham play, so aggressive on the front foot in every game. Tactically really good, in those central areas, getting so many bodies in the middle of the pitch, building with just 2 players at the back, creating a lot of chances, taking the chances, and keep saying about the new signings. I think Maddison's been massive. Everything goes through him. I think the way he's played, brilliant.
And sometimes when you do get a new manager and new players, it can take a while for that message to get across and everyone just to bed down and build relationships. Not in this case.
Not in this case, no. 1 or 2 players obviously played in the Premier League before. Maddison, a case in point. So it's not like they're coming to something new, but 1 or 2 players have had to settle in. But Jermaine mentioned it a while ago, and that when you're coming into a team that's playing well, a confident team, then it's far easier. And that's what they've got at the moment. They've got a manager that's full of self-belief, very, these are my ideas and this is what we're doing, end of story, and you've got to buy into it. And I think there's clarity right the way through the team. It's a team going places at the moment. And as we all know, momentum can build. And once you start building that, once you get the belief of then everybody around you, including the fans, all of a sudden it's a very hard thing to stop. And that's what I sense is happening at the moment.
Now, we saw 2 goals, almost identical, the one in the first half, with Tottenham's press, as you pointed out, at half-time. Son started it and obviously finished the goal. But asking Fulham the question here.
Yeah, again, the press, Maddison goes there, and as soon as it breaks down, it's just one pass, and then Sonny head, it's a run across his body, and you just know what he's going to do. It's an amazing finish into the top corner. But Fulham, obviously, I mentioned about going over the press. When you look at the numbers there, for me, you cannot play out there. Kevin Bass on his right foot, he's a left-footed centre back, under pressure. The other centre-back's too far away from him, and then you get punished.
Yeah, they were the master of their own downfall, but it was brilliant play from Tottenham, and it was just uncanny the second goal was basically a carbon copy of it. Son there taking the ball on his back foot. The only difference with the second goal was that Son took the ball on his near foot and then laid the ball into Maddison. But the rest of it, the press, here we have it now, the press, the angle of approach from Son, Bassi scuffing it into the middle of the park, the early ball into Son. As I say, last time Son took it on his back foot and shot. This time he takes it on his front foot and lays it off. But apart from that, everything is absolutely identical. It's uncanny. We look at the angle here.
Really clever.
Yeah, really clever. And then that enables the whole team. I mean,
Really difficult. And then again, it's just one pass and a reverse pass to Maddison and a great finish into the corner.
yeah, he makes it look easy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And to be honest, it is a reasonably easy finish. But they do everything. They make everything look really simple at the moment in front of goal. They're very efficient. The likes of Maddison and Son, they're not missing too many chances this season. Very calm in front of goal. And as I say, I mean, we saw some of Maddison's great moments from this season. You know, the Arsenal goal and things like that. The weight of everything they're making difficult situations look very easy.
And we mentioned Son as a 9. We mentioned he's free from injury in that hernia situation. He had a rest in the summer. Only Haaland's got more Premier League goals now so far this season.
And I can't see him stopping, to be honest. I think when he's in this sort of form, he's always going to score goals. I said about, you know, him playing across the front line. You know, I think he can play on the right, he can play on the left, you know, even as the 9, where, like you mentioned before, doing less running and sort of like work at the width for the box and focus on goals and get into those areas where you can get tap-ins. But the way he's playing at the minute, you know, if you keep him fit, he could score 25 Premier League goals for sure.
Well, he did share the Golden Boot a couple of seasons ago, didn't he? He's capable of it.
He's got form, yeah. And, I mean, he can score goals from anywhere, can't he? He's quick, he's skillful, he's two-footed. I mean, somebody told me the other day that he scored more goals with his weak foot than anybody else in Premier League history. And I had to ask them, well, which is his weak foot? I mean, he's so ambidextrous. It's unbelievable. But this is a serious player. And he has been for some years. He did have a quiet year last year. And it was almost a relief to hear that he was carrying an injury for a long part of it, because you think to yourself, is he going off the boil here? But once I heard it was a hernia injury, they are a nightmare. They really are a nightmare. So it was good to hear that, and he's back with a bang now.
It's just, I mean, like I said, obviously he got the Golden Boot, and then I think it was last season, he was just slightly off it in that. But, you know, the injury, like Mo said, I've had that hernia, and it's difficult. You know, it just, and especially the way he plays is so dynamic, and it just changes your game completely.
여러분의 소중한 의견을 남겨주세요. 바쁘시더라도 구독과 좋아요 부탁드립니다. 지금까지 단골이시였습니다. 시청해주셔서 감사합니다.